missing part found in a backyard in Oregon. It was a science teacher's home where they found it. The terror on board, cell phones sucked out, the cockpit door flew open, the pilot's papers blown away, a teenager's T-shirt ripped off his body. The FAA has grounded certain Boeing 737 MAX 9 planes now, and tonight, what they knew about this specific plane a month ago. ABC's Gio Benitez covers aviation.
Tonight, new scrutiny at Boeing after this door plug, which is used to cover and seal optional emergency exits on an aircraft, detached 16,000 feet in the air, plunging the cabin into chaos and prompting the FAA to ground nearly 200 planes worldwide and launch a full-scale investigation. The scenes inside, on board the Alaska flight, terrifying.
I woke up to the falling feeling of the plane.
That door plug flying off shortly after takeoff, passengers describing a loud boom, oxygen masks deployed, items shooting out of the cabin, including phones and headrests. The hole shredding the seat right next to it. Incredibly, no one was sitting there. Even the cockpit door flying open. Passenger Elizabeth Lay saying a boy's shirt was ripped off and was sent flying out the side of the plane.
The son's shirt was completely blown off and his body was extremely red.
Did you declare an emergency or just need to return to?
Yes, we are emergency. We are depressurized. We do need to return back to.
With those planes now grounded, the FAA sending airlines instructions for mandatory inspection of their MAX 9 fleet. And just today, United Airlines, which owns and operates 79 of the MAX 9s, says it has found loose bolts in the door plug that needed additional tightening.
The fact that loose bolts have been found in other similar aircraft indicates that possibly this is an endemic problem that was created in manufacturing.
United not commenting on how many planes had loose bolts, but says it appears to relate to installation issues in the door plug. And take a closer look here, because you see that section that's taped off? That's where that door plug was before it flew off. Now they're going to look at the door frame, bolts, and fittings. And it turns out there were concerns on this specific plane in the past month before this accident. The NTSB telling us pilots on the same relatively new plane noticed warning lights for the cabin's pressurization at least 3 times. The airline putting it back into service, but with restrictions that it couldn't fly over open water. Does that concern you at all?
Everything concerns us right now. Everything is part of this investigation.
That door plug found after a 3-day search in a Portland teacher's backyard, located on the fuselage meant to plug a gap for an optional exit. It's made by Spirit Aerosystems at a plant in Kansas, where it's then shipped to a Boeing plant in Washington. Investigators expected to zero in on both plants.
Well, this is really something, the fact that they had already said that this passenger jet should not be flying over water. A lot of people are going to be asking, should it be flying over land, given what they certainly know now about this. Also remarkable, Gio, that this flight was nearly full, with the exception of those 2 seats right next to where part of the plane came off.
It is just incredible to think about, David. And just imagine this, that thankfully they were not at cruising altitude just yet. But again, like you said, those 2 seats next to the door plug, they were empty. Nobody was sitting there. But in the 3rd seat, we're told there was a 15-year-old boy. He's the one who lost the shirt. We're told that he actually jumped over to the other aisle to get away from that hole, David.
All of it's just unbelievable. We're just glad everyone survived this. Gio, thank you.